Hello, everyone. Welcome to an episode of the Gridiron Glory, where we're recapping the Atlanta Falcons and Philadelphia Eagles Week 2 exciting Monday Night Football game, with the Falcons coming away with a game-winning drive in the final minute to win 22-21 with a late touchdown pass from Kirko Chainz Cousins to Drake London, getting the first win in the Kirk Cousins era for the Falcons. So a big comeback win there, where it looked like the Eagles were going to have a good chance to put the game away, but the defense holds strong. The offense for Atlanta does what they can to get down the field, execute a beautiful 2-minute drive, and that's a drive that you don't see coming from Atlanta in years past, when you have a substandard quarterback play. So that's why in the offseason, you spend a lot of money to bring in a high-level quarterback like Kirk Cousins, who's still adjusting after his injury, but that's a guy you can trust to make big plays in the big moment, and he certainly did that on the Monday Night Lights, and did what he could there. You saw some solid efforts by the Atlanta receiving group. Darnell Mooney had 3 catches for 88 yards and a touchdown. Drake London 6 for 54, and of course that game-winning touchdown I mentioned. Solid game in the rush effort for Bijan Robinson, 14 for 97, averaging 6.9 yards per carry. A very nice rushing effort there. Also 4 catches for 25 yards. So he did the job there. Highlighting on defense, Jesse Bates, one of the top safeties in the league, 12 tackles, 7 solo, 2 passes deflected, and the interception on Philadelphia's last-ditch effort to come back and have a game-winning drive of their own. Jesse Bates shut that down beautifully. Like I said, one of the top safeties in the league. Matthew Judon, a big game for the addition for that defensive line. 6 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, a sack. So some big work there by the Falcons.
Yeah, some big work there by the Falcons for sure. They definitely, that's why you go out there and you sign Kirk Cousins to the $1 million contracts that you do, to go out there and be able to win in those big types of situations. Certainly was good that he was able to go out there and do that for them. And then with the Eagles, that 3rd and 3 play, where they're driving down the field and then Saquon Barkley on the hook route, it's a risk reward play, right? And I mean, it's the National Football League, and you're going to go out there and try to make the best kind of play that you can make to penetrate and possibly get that play. If you get it, you're a genius. If you're a genius, if you make it, if you don't make it, then a lot of people question you. But the biggest thing that stood out to me on that specific play was Saquon Barkley wide open, going right through his fingertips. And I want to go ahead and get your take on that exact moment.
Yeah, I am of the belief that it was a beautiful play call by Nick Sirianni and the Eagles coaching staff. It was aggressive. You can certainly say, why didn't they run the ball? Why didn't they just try to run the ball twice and get the first down? But the fact of the matter is, he executes a great play call. If you have a chance to get that scheme drawn up, you'll take it 10 times out of 10. With a guy like Saquon Barkley, Hurts put it exactly where it had to be. Barkley obviously didn't execute the play, unfortunately for the Eagles and their fans, and that set them back. But I have no issue with Nick Sirianni making that call. I think he did what he felt would give his team the best chance to win. Obviously, it didn't work in that situation, and there's going to be a lot of Monday morning quarterbacking that decision. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to criticize him. And I mean, that's the risk you take when you don't execute. But other than that, I thought it was a fine call myself.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a fine call. It's just like, Saquon Barkley, you sign him to that big deal, that big contract. It's like you expect him to make the big play there. Big shout out to Kirk Cousins. In this, shout out to the Atlanta defense getting the interception late in the game. Jesse Bates, the safety, you mentioned him. Also, Caden Ellis, Troy Anderson. Atlanta had a big amount of playmakers in this game going out there and trying to do everything they could to play team football to win this thing. So, Philadelphia, Jalen Hurts. I mean, he went out there and made plays too. And I mean, you saw a couple of times where they were able to execute the touch push and make some big plays there. So you kind of felt like maybe on that hook route swing play, yeah, you said it was a great play by Nick Sirianni, but maybe if the touch push was working out, maybe, if that play works out, maybe even Saquon catches it, you don't get the first, then maybe touch push it after that. I don't know. Just a series of events that were interesting that transpired. Devontae Smith did get a touchdown in this one. Jalen Hurts with a pick as well. He also did rush for a touchdown. So very tough break for the Philadelphia Eagles. The Atlanta Falcons win this one 22-21. Next week, coming up for the Falcons, they will be playing the Kansas City Chiefs, and for the Philadelphia Eagles, it looks like they are going to be playing the New Orleans Saints. So be sure to stay tuned here on the Gridiron Glory all season long, all week long, every day as we cover all 32 teams. Thank you for joining us for the Week 2 recap. Stay tuned for our Week 3 previews coming up.